Coinciding with the anniversary of our daughter's death, I got into a car accident while 6 months pregnant. The doctor told me to call my husband to sign the consent form so they could operate on me. I had no choice but to call him, but he never picked up. 10 minutes later, we lost our second child. When I woke up from the surgery, I checked my phone as usual and saw that my mother-in-law had posted something on her social media. A picture of a happy family, 4 people, all smiling and full of love. Another baby boy on the way for the Lingards. I just wish that shameless whore would finally get out of my son's life, she wrote. It turned out, on the day I had the accident, my husband had taken his first love to an amusement park. She had a child around the same age our daughter would have been, if we hadn't buried her. And now, she was even pregnant with their second child. Then I stood to leave, and that's when I heard it. Mr. Lingard, I'm not trying to be greedy. It's just, too ma. New York people were involved. If even one of them talks, we're in serious trouble. I froze. That voice, familiar and cold, belonged to my daughter's former surgeon. A chill crept up my spine as I inched closer to the slightly open door. Something in me knew, whatever came next would destroy me. The man continued, unaware I was listening. If word gets out that you stole the donor heart on the day of your daughter's surgery, the Lingard Dominion Group stock will take a nosedive. My lungs refused to work. My chest tightened. The voice on the other end of the call, Alarix, snapped in anger. But the doctor didn't stop. And let's not forget, you took that heart to save Miss Lowe's child. Wonder how your wife would react if she found out. My knees nearly gave out. Everything clicked. The missing pieces snapped into place with cruel precision. Sabrine Lowe, Alaric's first love, his unreachable fantasy. As long as I'm the head of Lingard Dominion Group, I won't let our daughter die. And I believed him. And shortly after, we found a donor heart. It felt like the nightmare might finally end. But the surgery failed. Alaric tried to pull me out of the grief by pushing me into another pregnancy. But now I know the real reason my daughter died. She didn't die because the surgery failed. She died because the very man who once swore he'd never let her die, gave her heart to Sabrine's child. And on the anniversary of her death, he took them, Sabrine and her son, on a cheerful outing to an amusement park. My thoughts returned to the new life that never even had the chance to open its eyes. Pain tore through me like claws. I clutched my chest as the grief and the lingering wounds from the accident flared back to life. Alaric's face darkened as he turned toward us, just about to say something, when chaos broke out at the door. A group of masked men stormed the hall, surrounding us in an instant. From behind the group of masked men, a familiar face stepped into view. Even with a hideous SCA are glaring on his skin, I recognized him instantly. His lips curled into a twisted smile as he looked straight at Alaric. Well, Alaric. Long time no see. Bet you didn't think this day would come when you destroyed my company, did you? Alaric's face darkened. That man, he was once Alaric's fiercest rival in the business world. When I married into the Lingard family and poured Anderson funds into Alaric's crumbling empire, his company rose, and as one empire rose, another collapsed. The one that collapsed belonged to the man with the scarred face. Alaric's bodyguards quickly stepped forward, shielding us behind them. But just as I caught my breath, Sabrine shoved me, hard. On instinct, I grabbed her wrist to keep her from falling, but it was too late. In one blink, both of us were pushed outside the protective circle. Scarface didn't waste a second. He lunged and grabbed us both. Well, aren't I lucky today? He sneered, tightening his grip. I heard some whispers back there. One's your wife, pregnant with your baby. The other is your personal secretary. Heard you're quite fond of her. His eyes, wild with hatred, locked on Alaric. Remember that day? His eyes turned hollow, lost in a memory. I knelt. I cried. I begged you for mercy. And what did you do? You ignored me like I was a stray dog in the gutter. You ended me, drowned me in a mountain of debt. He blinked, snapping back to the present. Coinciding with the anniversary of our daughter's death,